Well, obviously it's pretty frustrating. I mean, you were hoping to build on something at home, and obviously we came up pretty flat, and and they take that 3-1 lead, and they're jumping all over us, and weren't reacting very well to it.
Surprised are you by that? Your players talked a lot about just not having the compete level after such a good road trip.
Yeah,
Laying an egg.
believe me, as coaches here, we're wondering the same thing. I mean, they competed so hard on the road, and then tonight, just a bigger, stronger team came in and just sort of bullied us around.
A little surprised that Quinn and Petey are two of your most sure-handed guys in the first goal and the third goal. They're the ones that turn the puck over.
Yeah, of course I'm surprised by that. I mean, that's, that's when you know something's not right in tonight's game. I mean, when you're better players, I mean, when was the last time you saw Petey -5? I mean, that doesn't happen.
Spencer Martin took a lot of responsibility for his performance. What did you think of the goalie tending you got tonight?
Well, I don't think he should have. I mean, they could have been 6-1 after the first period, quite frankly, with the amount of chances they had. I mean, Ovi's going to score. It looks like, on his second goal that, maybe he should have had it. But, I mean, I've seen him score 100 goals like that. I mean, it's just he's got that shot that finds its way in. Listen, Spencer's been great for us. I mean, he was probably a little bit like the rest of the players today. They weren't ready to play, and it showed on the scoreboard.
Do you think of it as readiness, or was there something about the Caps forecheck that?
Well, I mean, I think it's a combination of the Caps are a desperate team as well. I mean, they're 9-11, which is unknown territory for that team, and they came out desperate. We didn't come out anywhere near as desperate as they did, and consequently, the result shows.
You seem to have a premonition this morning once it was brought up to you that Ovi might do some damage. But putting aside the disappointment at the result, what does it mean to you to see him make hockey history?
Well, listen, he's going to make hockey history whether anybody's watching him. So I mean, it didn't do anything for me. I was just worried about the win, and so whatever he does, he does.
Did you talk to him after the game?
No, I haven't talked to him, looked at him, seen him. More worried about my team.
How do you want your group to respond from this as you focus on the next game on Thursday?
Well, it's going to be a battle. Florida's just lost 2 games in a row, and they're coming into town, and the President's Trophy winners from last year, so they're going to be angry. We better have the same level of competitiveness as them if we want to have success. Like, I mean, you take 2 steps forward, and it seems like we take 1 step back every now and again. And so, I mean, now we've got to go ahead and win 3 games in my mind at home here to get back to where we want to be.
Petey has been so good defensively. You mentioned yourself, Petey. Potential Selke candidate. When he has a night like this and things are so off, do you just attribute it to players have those nights sometimes and he'll bounce back, that it'll just be a one-off?
Well, I'm not worried about him being a great player anymore. I mean, like, it's not he's to what you said, I think it's a one-off. Like, I mean, not every great player has a great game every night, and this was his. So I mean, I'm confident as I'll get out that he'll be great again next week or next game. Sorry.
Where are you with Connor Garland right now? 15 without a goal, and he dropped sort of lower in the lineup as the game went on here. What's missing?
Well, he's struggling on it. I think he's trying to do too much. He's trying to be too cute. Like, I mean, instead of simplifying his game and getting pucks at the net, he's trying to make great plays and they're getting intercepted and knocked down, and it's just not working. So I've always been told, and through my history, that if things aren't working for you, you get back to basics and you just start shooting the puck and not try to make these fancy plays. So I mean, but we'll talk about that with him tomorrow.